Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday evening, everybody. Hello, hello. It's good to see you. Are you ready to get some swag for your merch and your readers and your fans planned? I know I am. Let's get started. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Again, happy Thursday. Welcome to a Plan With Me live stream. We're going to be looking specifically at swag. Molly Moo's mewling in the background, so please do bear with me. She's probably going to settle down here in a little bit, or the Cheesecake Man will come to a treats-based rescue. I'm sure he hears me at the moment. Thank you, Cheesecake Man. Anyway, who am I? Well, I am Jenna O'Malley. I am your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. Alongside the raw stories my characters weave throughout time and space, I help other soul bards, creatives, and people who just enjoy writing, reading, and being nerdy get back to doing what you love to doing most. And for many of us, that involves running businesses that do swag-like things. So it can be for a Ream Stories, a Kickstarter campaign, a book box, a book launch, whether or not you're doing an in-person signing somewhere, maybe you're doing a fundraiser with somebody. I'm hoping that we'll be able to go ahead and help you plan some of these items. And I do apologize in advance for the kitty who is right there. We may have her in my lap for a little bit of this stream, but at the same time, I wanted to go ahead and say there is pinned on the YouTube end, and I did also share on where we're at on my Facebook page, the link to the actual workbook. It is a PDF format. Also inside of the PDF, I'll show you how to get here for it in a second, would be what you need for a Google Doc version of the workbook tonight. There's also a Google Sheet in there as well, but we'll get to those specifics soon. If you are on my Facebook page, you may need to give permissions to StreamYard from Facebook to go ahead and actually let us see your face and name as you see exemplified by myself here. So no pressure, but you're welcome to go ahead and do so if you like. And then, of course, we're going to be doing, speaking of nerdy references, a live next week if you want to go ahead and bookmark it. It'll be both on my YouTube page and my Facebook page about planning Easter eggs, purposeful Easter eggs, and an Easter egg hunt for your readers inside your books. Hello, everyone. It's good to see you. Speaking of amazing people, I need to brag on a friend right quick. If you are not following my dear friend Inka on Ream or getting their books on the Amazon, you need to be doing so. Their Ream Stories has won awards at this point, and they're also ranking very rightly and proudly so. So if you want an example of an author doing a lot of amazing things right now on Ream Stories, here's a good example model. And I will always use Inka as a good example model. Jennifer Brown, hello, it's good to see you. And she's insisting now, so we can do this. Not like I haven't done this before, have we? Anyway, I've actually taught K-12 doing this before with her. It entertains the kids. I'm doing well. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, goodness, I can speak English, I promise. No, you are just amazing. Greeting, Cheesecake Man. Could you come and fetch your eldest, please? Thank you. All right. If you would like the workbook and more, you're welcome to go ahead and join in at the link that is shared on both ends and pinned. Also, I'm going to go ahead and switch us on out here to our share screen. If you go ahead and click on that link that I have pinned on both ends, you will be able to go ahead and see the links to everything you could want to download, even a navigation link back here for replay purposes later, plus a few other bonus fun things if you would so like. And then switching into the PDF proper, if you need to take a moment and get it downloaded. It doesn't have a lot in it, but it took a second for it to load on my end, so heads up. This could be used as a template for any kind of swag you would like to plan for your different books. Honestly, it could apply here. I've seen people do something. Listen here, Kaiba. If you like Little Karibo and Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, you understand. Oh my God, so many stairs. There's exactly 2 flights of stairs. So I understand. It's a fair statement. He's 2 floors up. Okay. With that being the case, I'll hold her for as long as I can then, I guess. You can be my co-pilot for this, right? Sure. Definitely welcome to Plan That Swag for sure. Thank you to everybody who supports this channel. And thank you to everybody who is helping us to go on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I did link some past planning items plus the 28 days of soul care challenge that is based on one of the other journals linked on the actual swag page there. And you're welcome to go ahead and replay them if you would like. I, again, also linked the next workshop there for us for next week if you want to go ahead and set a reminder or similar. Now, some people have asked that I take the time to provide Google Doc templates for things. So this will be a forced copy link. I also turned it into a QR code for anyone who would be so interested to use it that way. What a forced copy link will do is when you open it up, it's going to literally pop up this screen that says, hey, you have to make your own copy, and it will give you your own template. You can come back and make as many copies of this as you would so like, or share it as part of the workshop if you would so like. It would just be all of the questions that are in the PDF there for you to view as you would need. I know some of us who have big handwriting would probably much prefer to type some of this information or just to be able to copy and paste it instead of retype it a couple times over. So I wanted to give that as an option for you. So we do have a couple of reflective journaling questions. I'm just going to walk us through them because I really do ultimately want to get to the Google spreadsheet that is based on the one I used to plan my Kickstarter and my Ream stories over the last year. So first and foremost, we got to ask, what project is this going to be for? Is it for Ream stories? Is it a tier remodel? Or are you going to actually be opening up a new Ream stories tier? If you would like the links to Subscriptions for Authors Facebook page and to their YouTube channel for more information on exactly what Ream stories is, I'll go ahead and drop the links here for you in both chats. I know several of us are parts of, but not all people are parts of both ends on both platforms. And since I'm streaming to both, I'll cross share to both. Hello, it's good to see you, Miranda. I hope you're doing well. Not ready for Kickstarters. I love the fact that you used a yet here. I'm glad you're joining us while making supper. This can still give you ideas because for some of the things, including the live stream I'm doing next week, you might want to be planning ahead of time with some of your swag, depending on how involved things need to actually be. Now, we may not have needed a whole page to answer this question, but some of us did. So on the journal version, I left a full page for each question in case you needed it. If not, the Google Doc is there. So is there a theme to this project? So this is going to be more so, I think, catered towards book boxes, Kickstarters, if you're doing like a holiday kind of fundraiser, because I know some people around the holidays or like around Valentine's Day, some romance authors will do a let's all do a swag giveaway book box thing, right? That's also really popular around Halloween, it seems, and around the Christmas era holidays. So this would be the good place to leave any notes about those things. Although you're not ready for those items yet, you're looking forward to ideas. Exactly. This could also be used for a book launch, whether it's virtual or in person. Keep it in that frame of mind, because you might have both digital and physical swag and different levels of things depending on what you choose to do with those launches. So is there a theme to your launch? Is there something that was a crucial symbol to your books? For example, hi, Bonnie, it's good to see you. Thank you for the lurk. Good to see you. Looking really good in the picture too, my friend. I love that picture of you. For book one of the Myrna Annals, Neftiri is a crystal user as part of her magic. So one of the things I probably will re-include, because it was a smash hit in Kickstarter 1, I might include, even if I do a book box or a book launch for all 5 books as a series, I might include something with crystals again. Her tiara is a big thing. Maybe one of the top tier add-ons is everybody gets a tiara. I was intrigued also too, since for book 3, Frey, he's one of the main characters in that book. He delves into like brewing alcohol as a form of magic and a form of crafting, kind of like how in video games, if you drink certain wines, it does certain things, healing or not. And I might maybe for him do shot glasses or something like that. Those are things you would have to plan well in advance of who you're buying them from. Are they customized or not? Do you need to buy a certain limited minimum quantity? Things of that nature. And we'll start talking into that more with spreadsheet here in a little bit. And then, and of course, I'm sorry, I didn't put the banner up. As we're going along, please feel welcome to ask any questions if you would like. Are you looking for specific colored items, specific items related to specific characters? These are all good spaces to kind of take those notes. Maybe you want to relate it to a specific quote. Maybe you're sending them on a quote hunt for specific things, and they can win specific giveaways. You could use this to plan that if you like to. Do I need to design any of these items? If so, what are you designing? For me, the old standby is going to be Canva. For most of us, I think the old standby is going to be Canva. For my Kickstarter that I did for book 1 and 2 of the Myrna Annals, I literally designed the bookmarks, the recipe cards for Maria and Rolf. What else did I put in there? Stickers I designed in there, but had printed somewhere else. So keep that in mind. Just because you design it in Canva does not mean you need to order it from Canva. You can download that image as a proof and upload it to Uprinting, Vistaprint, insert the name of the place you want to print from here. And do you need to order any of these items ahead of time, like minimum orders? There's some manufacturers that if you want things custom labeled to your stuff, that they have minimums on those prints. Keep that in mind, just like how some of your print orders on your books might even have minimum runs on them. That is something I think some people forget to shop around for a little bit, depending on what size of the book you're going with, what whether or not it's paperback, hardback, ebook, and so on would also apply there, of course. Brainstorming and refining digital swag ideas, of course, what do you want to give them? This could be anywhere from desktop stuff to avatars for social media to exclusive playlists on your YouTube, Spotify, or whatnot channel where it's an aesthetic playlist to listen along. The list goes on and on and on and on and on of what digital swag exists. How are you going to send it to them? Is it going to be through a Google Drive folder? Is it going to be something that you zip into a file and email to them somehow? These are all items I would start planning and thinking thoroughly through now, not later. And that seems like an obvious statement, but having been there, done that, yeah, I wish I would have made that decision about a month sooner than I did. So learn from my mistake, my foresight, hindsight, I guess. And then, of course, I gave you a couple of pages for the digital swag in case you decided to print this version versus using the Google Doc version. Physical swag ideas, the sky's the limit, like I said. You could do candles, you could do coffee mugs, you could do stationery, whatever you want it to be. Just keep in mind the per item cost. And that's definitely where that spreadsheet I keep mentioning again and again and again comes into play. And I did go ahead and actually mention that on the pages after the brainstorming sheets. The QR code or the force copy is here if you would like to use it. And it's the same as the Google Doc one further up in the PDF. You just force yourself to make a copy. You're welcome to redo whatever you like in this copy as you please. I just gave you the base categories at the top if you would like to use them to track your items. I did not include formulas because my formulas were specific to what I purchased, if that makes sense. I could go ahead and upload a version or share a version with my formulas of what I did for my price per item ordered, actual ordered, and so on, if you wanted me to go ahead and track that. This helps you decide things like, how much should my tier cost? This also allows you to kind of go, do I need to add inflation ahead of time cost to things? One of the things that hurt hard last year with my Kickstarter was all of the paper-based products increased in price by 25%. That basically ate all my profit that I had intended to use to pay for more things as part of the production release for this Kickstarter. So, yeah, you can't always anticipate for those things, but do include that in some of your final cost items just as a leeway so that you're at least covering your base items. And that was the last main item I had to share from the workbook. It was a short-ish workshop tonight. I didn't intend to keep it super long. I wanted to keep it a little bit on the shorter side this evening on purpose. If you wanted to use some of this time as a co-working brainstorming time to talk about planning swag, we're welcome to do so. Or if you have any other questions at this time, you're welcome to go ahead and ask. But my greatest suggestion for planning the swag would be to start planning it about 6 months ahead of when you actually plan on launching for a Kickstarter or for a Ream Stories. So, and if there aren't any other questions, which is okay, I know some people need some time to type. What we'll go ahead and do is wind down, and I'll just ask that anyone on the replay goes ahead and puts any of their questions in the comment box, and I'll definitely come back and answer them there. We are going to be also here, like I mentioned, next week at 6 p.m. again, going over how to build an Easter egg hunt for your readers. It kind of sounds exactly what it's meant to sound like in terms of going on an actual Easter egg hunt. Video gamers love doing it as far as finding hidden treasures in video games too. So that kind of fell over into my books. And then go ahead and show you how you can make a giveaway based on those Easter eggs if you purposefully plan them, or even to go back and retroactively do so. Inca, I really want to do custom metal bookends. Oh, yes. Even here in the States, to find them at an effective cost, I think would be a good way to word it, even because I know people who can do that, but the effective cost to do so for them to make it would be it would drive up that tier of the Kickstarter significantly, or that tier of the Ream Stories significantly. And this is why I'm looking at items that can be printed in bulk, like I mentioned coffee mugs, shot glasses, things of that nature. I would also reach out to local book owners in your area too. Local shop owners and crafters in your area One of the things I had wanted to do with a local gift shop, and it might actually go through this time, are scented candles based for each of the 5 divine beings that the different covens and clans of immortals behoven to. So this could be a really good time for you to work with other people who are small business owners, especially if you know you have a fan base with particular interests for certain things, i.e., I know a lot of the people who read my books tend to be tabletop RPGers. So one of the things I might do is last time we included multicolor kind of standard dice, maybe an upper tier this time would be fancier dice, if you see what I mean. Jennifer, what would you suggest if you were doing a short story collection? Ooh, is there something that thematically ties them together? Is there a character that they're all about? Is there something that is on the cover that you could base it on? For example, one of my side stories is a collection of short stories called The Winged Ones, and it's just short stories from 5 different secondary characters you won't otherwise really see anywhere else. And they will get like character like baseball cards for them, or I would do like which one's your favorite? For example, one of their names is Toos, the other one's name is Mardigan. Are you the whole team Toos, team Mardigan? You could break it down that way. Is it just your stuff? Are other authors involved? Do you want to collab? Oh, wheelchairs and angel wings. I would look for angel-based swag. Angel Aura quartz would be a good choice. If you're looking for something kind of simple. Is there a ribbon of some kind, like how there's the mental health awareness, or there's the pink awareness for breast cancer, heart on heart health and cancer awareness month ribbons? Would those be fitting to associate with? Are there local organizations you could partner with, even to where maybe part of their profit goes into a donation pool? That's something I considered doing because cat shifters and werewolves play a big role in my books. So I thought that Miss Moo, excuse you, I'm talking about you. Can't you tell? Yes, she can tell. Come here, kitty kitty. She heard cat and she got very vocal. Whoop. As she unplugs the lights. Welcome to Distraction Kitty Hour. I apologize that I have to be cat mom in the middle of the workshop, everybody. But could you partner with a local organization, and maybe part of what they go ahead and give you is a donation and you make it as a collective's honor? That's a thought. You've seen them in book boxes, but like you say, yeah, exactly. I would maybe see as far as what you could do to harness newsletter swaps, of course, to advertise for stuff like this. If you're looking for advertisement options with Kickstarter specifically, I definitely got to say, you got to get over to the Facebook group. They help you learn how to do that effectively for both the Kickstarter, for the Ream Stories group. And there is a Kickstarter for authors group, and I meant to share them. Did I include their link here? Of course not. I will go ahead in another tab here and grab it for us, though, right quick. Any other questions while we go ahead and wrap up? Yeah, see, this was suggested to me to do an animal shelter donation tier because I have cat shifters and werewolves. And I'm like, you're a genius. Or even as an add-on, that could be a fun add-on if you would so wish. And then, of course, Kickstarter for authors. Their Facebook group would be here. You're all quite welcome. You're all quite welcome. Thank you all for being here. Hey, just in time to catch a replay, my friend. Just in time to catch a replay. If you do have any questions on the replay, please do not hesitate to go ahead and drop your comments in the box. Thank you so much for dealing with Distracto Kitty and Cat Mom time on screen. If there's anything else I can do to assist you in your creative and author journey and endeavor, please do let me know. And of course, above all, take care of yourself. Moo Moo and I know you're worth it. Until later, bye.